Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody anywhere. Good day. This is Jesse with Yoga with Jesse Wrench, and today I am creating a video, a warm-up video for the sequence of Surya Namaskar A, Surya Namaskar B, and the sequence of Chaturanga. And this is a video working towards another 30-day challenge that I want to do in the future, which is just a 30-day daily meditation, sunrise meditation challenge. So I'll be taking you out to the Florida sunrise, and we'll meditate for up to 15 minutes, and then it'll be followed by Surya Namaskar A and B, and Chaturanga is used in between within those sequences of poses. Surya Namaskar A and B are Sanskrit for Sun Salutations A and B, and since we'll be beginning with a meditation, connecting our breath with our mind and our body, and kind of just grounding down in the beginning, and working with the sunrise, it felt right to add Sun Salutation A and B's, connect with the sun, embrace the sun's energy, and to reciprocate that energy back to the sun. So, but those two sequences are, in my opinion, somewhat of an intermediate poses or asanas. And so I wanted to kind of start with a warm-up video of poses of just things that I do to warm up the body for those particular poses. And then I'll do other videos where I'll break down the Surya Namaskar A and the Surya Namaskar B, and I'll break down the Chaturanga. I'll break down those poses, or the sequence of poses, to better understand how to perform them before we go into the daily 30-day daily meditation practice followed by those. And I think it's better that way because I want everyone to be safe. I want myself to be safe. And also I'm really particular and specific about maintaining our foundation and maintaining a safe and healthy body while going through these, because I've come across some wrist issues and some knee issues, and like things just surface up practicing through yoga in the body. And so and as a teacher, and just with some of my perfectionism, I was thinking, oh yeah, I could easily start with these videos and have us run through them. And I'm thinking, well, what if people are watching this and they haven't practiced before, or they haven't practiced in a while, and they're not familiar with the sequence of the poses. So I'm just gonna break them down as simple as I can, and then we can go through them together. And it's like I said, safe to start off with breaking the sequences down, and then also adding moderation or modifiers for some of the poses. For us who are not quite at that point. And anyway, so that's kind of my intro there, and I want to start with a couple of warm-ups, and I'm going to play some music because this is this video, I'm not going to monetize it or anything, but I want you to be able to hear me still. So in the beginning, we're going to stack our wrists under our shoulders, okay? And then our hands are going to be shoulder width apart. Our knees are going to be stacking under our hips, and knees in line with the ankles, okay? And here, we want to push away from the mat and then drop into our shoulder sockets, okay? You can kind of see here, I've got a really poor angle with my camera. But I sink down, arms are straight, and the elbow crease here they're pointing forward, and I just kind of sink down, push away, sink down, push away, sink down, push away. My mid and lower back don't move. And I want to really push away. I'm going to push as hard and far away from the mat as I can. Sink back down. So some of these, I also start off with coming up on my fingertips to strengthen the fingers, strengthen the wrists, strengthen the forearms. This is really important. Wrists can be fragile in these practices. So go down, come back on fingertips, come down, fingertips down, fingertips down, fingertips down, fingertips down. So it's kind of like this. You can do alternate them. You can do them at the same time. So we'll just do a few of these. And then once again, you're rotating. The bicep muscle is kind of facing forward. Planting the palm of the hand here is going into the mat. And then the weight is distributed through the fingers. And here we're going to do some cat-cow. So we'll sink down the shoulder sockets, lift the chin, sink the belly down to the mat, stick the butt up, and then we're going to round the back. Okay, tuck in the tailbone, push away from the mat. But we also want to create space from the ears and the shoulders. So usually you could do this naturally. We kind of push away and get a lot of lat. Okay, the lats, these wings here, we want to engage these. And then we come back into this one and then back into that one. This is warming up the spine and warming up the arms. And then here we can also just work the tailbone, tucking the tailbone, lifting it up, tucking the tailbone, lifting it up. Here is something that's going to be used quite a bit while you're going through your chaturangas. You want to come up onto the toes and sit back on them if you can. If not, you could sit like a block. You could kind of sit a block under here and work your way to bending your toes. Or maybe you're all the way up here and you're just kind of pushing down. That's another way. But coming back on the toes and kind of spreading those out, because these will be activated as well a lot in Sun Salutation A's and B's. And in Chaturanga, they'll get flipped over a lot. So this is just to warm up the body, the spine, the fingers, the wrists, the ankles. You can rotate these, rotate your ankles. Shake it out, shake it out. Now another one I like to do is getting my strong foundation here in tabletop. This is what tabletop looks like. Okay. So wrists are stacked under the shoulders stacked over the wrists, and hands are shoulder width apart. And then your knees are under your hips, and the feet are in line with the knees. And here we're going to push away. See, we're going to rotate the upper arm, and inner upper arm rotates outward so that the elbow creases are facing forward. We're pressing firmly through the mat. Engage the lats, kind of push up on the chest, engage the lats so there's a space in between the ears and the shoulders. We don't want to be hugged up against the shoulder and the ear. We want some space here. So we're going to come back, engage the lats. We're going to engage the lats. There's a lot of strength coming in through right here. Okay. And then we kind of tuck the tailbone a little bit. Engage your abdominal muscles. We're going to lean forward. Arms are staying straight the entire time. pushing away from the mat. And leaning forward onto the wrist, very, very gently. Now, if there's any pain caused here, you want to ease off and work on warming up the wrist a little bit more, doing the finger exercises. To me, this is a little intermediate as well. This is, creating flexibility in the wrist, strengthening the wrists. This takes some time. And then another one is going from side to side. Okay, so maybe we sink in, create some space here. Same thing, okay? Elbow creases are facing forward, strong pushing away from the mat. Hands are firmly planted on the mat, and they're pushing away as much as possible. So it's kind of a rounding in the back. You don't want to be sinking in anywhere. So I can even push away. Upper back is expanded, right? But I'm sinking in here. I kind of want to keep that strong core. Even the legs can be strong, pushing into the mat. Lean side to side. A lot of pressure in the wrists. And then another one is facing the palms forward, or the fingers are facing the back of the mat now. And you're still creating that same foundation that you did in all the first one and the second warm up. And here we're pushing away from the mat again, creating a space from the shoulders and the ears and engaging the lats. And then what we're going to do is come up onto the toes, you can see back here, and lean backwards. And then maybe you bend one elbow, another elbow. And I actually watched this recently done. I've done stuff like this before, but a YouTube channel called Breathe and Flow. This guy does this, and it's pretty nice. But a lot of yoga practices, a lot of warm-ups, a lot of teachers, they implement a lot of wrist warm-ups, arm warm-ups. What I'm going to do is come onto the tops of the hands and just kind of let these stretch themselves out. And come up onto the feet. You can come up onto the tops of onto the ball mounds of the toes and stretch out your feet like so, like this. Like I said, if this isn't acceptable for you at the moment, that's okay. You can sit on a block if you don't have a block. Just kind of come up a little bit, and you can lean back. Maybe you grab onto a table or something next to you to help support you. But we really want to ease into this and work our way into it. I've been practicing going on to 3 years now, and I have a background in exercise, fitness, CrossFit, lifting weights. So it does take some time and patience, and that's what's so great about yoga, is that it allows you to become more patient and to observe that that's necessary for your evolution in any way, shape, or form, whether it's spiritually, physically, or mentally. And another thing is for yoga, it creates balance. Just like nature, the universe is always going into balance. And that's why we see some crazy stuff out there. It's just working its way to create a balance, and the body is the same thing. The mind is the same thing. With the emotions are just a state of working itself into balance, bringing the mind back into balance, bringing the being back into balance. Yoga, so using asanas helps the body adjust back into balance. So the muscles, with the stretching and the strength and flexibility, so if you have problems or issues, it's just the body working itself back into balance. That's my opinion on it. So that's a nice little warm up. let's see, we're about 15 minutes already, so I'll go into another video doing another warm-up with the entire body, which also is a core strengthening, which will help tremendously. And this should be practiced every other day at least for a month. And this will help with the Surya A and B and just all of the asanas. So I'll make another video on that. And yeah, so that was fun. And I hope, you know, I know this is not the best kind of video and whatnot, and you know, just the view and the angle and what, you know, so, but anyway, I hope that was helpful, and I'll catch you at the next warm-up video. Thanks for watching.